Hello and welcome. In this lesson we're going to look at the Boolean in Python. My name is Mildred. In Python, Boolean represents one of two values, either true or false. When we use conditional statements like if-else, it is going to evaluate to a Boolean. When we compare two things, use comparison operators, it will evaluate to a Boolean. If we say x is equal to 5, y is equal to 7, print x is less than y, we are going to be having true or false to the page. So x is less than y, it is true. If we say x is greater than y, it's going to evaluate to false. And if we say x equal to y, it's going to become false. We have a bool function which we can use, and it allows us to evaluate any value to true or false. Now the thing about the bool function is that most things will evaluate to true, and these are the rules. Any value that has a content will evaluate to true. If I say x is equal to an empty string, it's going to evaluate to false. If I say y is equal to 5, it's going to evaluate to true. So when I say bool y, I should get true printed to the page, and let me clear this. Print bool y, and I have true. But if I print bool x, it should evaluate to false because that is an empty string. So any value with content will evaluate to true. Any string except the empty string will evaluate to true. All numbers except 0 will evaluate to true. All list, tuple, set dictionaries, which we are going to see next week, will evaluate to true, except if they are empty. When we use a function, we can return true or false. When we try to look at if something is an integer or a string, we'll use the instance method. It will return a Boolean. So the bool is very important for you to understand, and it's a very simple concept that tells you if something is true or false when you compare two things. Is x equal to y? True or false? Is x an integer? True or false? And in software development, we can actually use this to know whether we want to execute something further. So let's say, for instance, I want to check a particular value is present. Return true, which means continue with the evaluation. If not, return false, which means stop the evaluation. So there is a wide application of Boolean in software development, and it's one of the things you use most commonly. You need to understand the concept. You will either return true or false. What you want to do when true is what you decide on. What you want to do when false is what you decide on. And this is where we end this lesson. Thank you, and see you next week.